Real interviews happen out loud. Most interview practice happens in a text box. That gap is exactly what AI mock interviews with voice feedback close. Over the next 5 minutes, here's how they work, what they cost in 2026, and who they're for. An AI mock interview with voice feedback is interview practice you do by speaking. You hear a question, you answer out loud, the AI responds, and the loop continues for the length of a real interview round. At the end, you get scored feedback on what you actually said. Practicing out loud beats typing because speaking commits you. When you type an answer, you can pause, revise, and restructure until it reads well. When you speak, you commit to your train of thought in real time, exactly like the interview you're preparing for. Say an answer out loud for the first time under pressure and you'll hear it. Rambling, filler words, and endings that trail off without a clear close. None of that shows up while you practice by typing, and all of it shows up in a phone screen. The fix is reps, out loud, with feedback attached. Speaking under time pressure is a skill of its own, and it improves the way any skill does. Through repetition you can measure. That's the whole case for voice-based practice tools. Voice mock interview tools work in 3 layers. The first is real-time transcription. As you speak, the tool turns your answer into text, so your words appear on screen as you say them, filler and all. The second layer is the question bank. Good tools ask from a library built for your specific role, so a product manager hears product sense questions and a data scientist hears case prompts. Follow-ups are generated from what you actually said, so the conversation reacts to your answer instead of following a preset script. The third layer is scoring. Each answer is graded on a rubric, typically structure, specificity, and clarity, and the rubric stays the same from session to session. That consistency is the point. It turns practice into a number you can watch improve week over week. Conversational tools run the full session first, then deliver one comprehensive debrief. You get an overall score, per-topic assessments, and specific recommendations on what to fix before your next session, without being interrupted after every answer. What do these tools cost in 2026? They fall into 4 buckets: live human mocks, AI interview simulators, delivery coaches, and voice AI mocks. The prices here are the rates the vendors list in August 2026, and where a vendor doesn't publish one, we say so. Live human mocks put a real interviewer across from you. Interviewing.io is the flagship. Individual sessions with real engineers start at $179, and a free AI interviewer covers coding and system design reps between paid sessions. The realism is the draw, and you pay per session for it. AI interview simulators generate questions and feedback with no human in the loop. Final Round AI runs $150 a month on its monthly plan. Big Interview sells a 30-day pass for $39, and some university career centers give students free access. Interview Query covers the same ground for Gator roles, priced by subscription. Delivery coaches focus entirely on how you speak. Yoodli tracks your speaking pace, filler words, and eye contact, with a free starter tier and paid plans from $8 a month, billed annually. Pair it with a content-focused tool because it coaches delivery rather than the substance of your answers. Voice AI mocks run the full conversational loop: question, spoken answer, follow-up, scored feedback. It's the bucket 4Leaf sits in. Voice mock interviews with rubric scoring across 24 roles plus any role you bring at $20 a month, with a $5 5-day pass and a 3-day free trial. Even Google's own career guidance now points job seekers to spoken practice with Gemini Live. A full voice mock interview session runs like a real phone screen. You pick your role and a session length, usually 10 to 30 minutes. The AI asks 3 to 5 questions, pushes follow-ups based on your answers, and holds the feedback until the end, so you stay in the conversation the whole time. Then the debrief tells you what to work on next. Review the score, pick the weakness that showed up most, and book another rep. 20 to 30 minutes of practice on 4 separate days beats one long cram session the night before. Who are voice mock interviews for? Anyone whose next interview happens out loud, which is nearly every interview. They matter most when you have a phone screen or on-site in the next few weeks, when you interview rarely, or when your written prep is stronger than your spoken delivery. If you want to practice this way today, 4Leaf runs voice mock interviews with role-specific questions and a scored debrief, free for 3 days at 4leaf.ai. The full written breakdown with sources and pricing is linked in the description.